I think if we just strip it all back and cut it back, is England a better side with Kevin Pietersen in it or not? With KP playing, the opposition have to worry about him. They'll worry about him all the time, which will actually help the other batsmen. To me, it's been really disappointing that none of the managements, the captain, all the management people, the coach, could find a way to make Kevin Pietersen perform at his best. When you've got someone like Kevin Pietersen, you've got to make him feel important. You've got to make him feel part of the team. You don't push him away. What ends up happening is this ridiculous thing where they'll say stuff, he'll say stuff, and it's just one big fight. Surely we're not in a kindergarten playground, we're all grown-ups, and that you just want the best cricketers playing. I think it's a real tragedy that, well, I should say tragedy, it's a real shame that Kevin Pietersen isn't playing on the world stage, because he's a wonderful cricketer, serious talent, and I think the game's missing someone like that. We all need characters in the game. He's definitely a character. Kids want to be like Kevin Pietersen, and the more people you have like that playing in your sport, the more people are going to come through the turnstiles, more people are going to watch, more people are going to be interested in your sport. So you need characters.
Should he be playing? Of course he should. I mean, he's a world-class player, the best batsman probably in the world currently.
Will he play in England's World Cup side? Indeed, he said he really should play in England's World Cup side. But ECB and Pietersen should put their differences apart. Don't even think about it. There just isn't a hope in hell. The gulf now between not just the two sides in the argument, but the opinion that the governing body in English cricket has of Kevin Pietersen is so big and has reached such a point of negativity, I suppose, that there's no hope of the two joining forces again, at least not under the management of English cricket that we presently have. And I think they feel very let down. I think the betrayal of things that happen behind closed doors is a very difficult thing for players. I know that you could take Andrew Strauss as an example, and you know, a piece he wrote basically explained that, you know, he felt Pietersen had this unique talent and could change games like no other, but the book had rather dispelled the magic of the achievements of the team in which he played. And I understand why people feel let down, and that he has exaggerated specific issues with specific players. Obviously Matt Pryor is one. Equally, I do feel that Pietersen's been on the raw end of a deal too. I thought the parody Twitter site KP Genius was a problem in the dressing room. I'm not saying that Pietersen then responded with text to the South African players back in 2012, but it was certainly a way of him fighting back. It was not admirable, and I think if he had his time again he wouldn't do it again. But I do think there were two sides to the story. I don't think the dressing room truly ever warmed to Kevin Pietersen. One of the problems that all captains have is getting players, when they've rolled on the years a bit. It's easy to captain a guy when he's young. Look at Mike Brearley with Ian Botham, for example. It's much harder when he's seen more of the world. So I feel for all sides. I feel for KP. He's a great talent, now lost to the English team, almost certainly for good. Hopefully we'll see him somewhere in England, but it looks as if he'll ply his trade around the world. I'm quite a fan of his in many ways. I think he's an entertaining character, and I certainly think he's a unique and phenomenally gifted batsman.
And of course KP brings his own ego into that team room, but you've got to park it on a bus, on the bus stop, and pick it up on the Monday morning whenever the game is finished, and play as a team.